Hi everyone, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Manpreet Singh and I've specially come down from UK to interview Sikhs, how they work in America, how they are in line with American policies and still maintaining their own dignity within their community and outside their community. Today, the guests that we have, they have proven that basically you don't need to be in majority in terms of the population to be successful, and there is no age bar for success as well. And then the guests that we have basically have proven that love always win over hate. They have proven that even being a minority in their area, they have still proved that they can still win hearts with their humanity work. So without any further delay, I'll introduce you to our guest. On my right, the first guest is Swaranjit Singh Khalsa. He's a young, dynamic, and very successful businessman. Plus, the way he's worked in the community is not just appreciated within the community, but also around the people in the world, in their state, and in their nation, United States. And next to them is Manmohan Singh Ji. He's been in Connecticut for 35 years, very well known in his community, and also chairs the board for one of the local Gurudwara, and he's been active within the community, outside the community for 35 long years, and he's won a lot of hearts. So let's just all say our greeting and then let's proceed to the interview. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
So Swaranjit Singh, just tell us something about when you came into this country, where you born, and how did you proceed it, what education background that you have, and how did you proceed it as a minority within this state, and how come you were able to turn hate into love?
So basically, I was born in Punjab, which is in South Asia,
Right.
and it's in north of India, existing India. At one point, it was country itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I came from Punjab in 2007, and I did my master's degree in computer science
Right.
in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Then I moved to Norwich in 2010, and we bought business here. And when I came, I see there's very less diversity in our town. So it pushes me forward that I need to do something so we can embrace our diversity within the town. And I start doing some community work within the community, outside the community. And today we are doing pretty good. And we have been recognized not just by the state,
Right.
not just by the city, but even from the federal authorities as well. So these are the big achievements for Sikh community, that their person is doing very well, where he is living, where he is doing his business, where he is raising his kids. So these kind of work we should recommend other people as well to proceed
Right.
further, so we can get more recognition.
So as you said, you kind of like a micro minority within your state, which is Connecticut, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, in Connecticut, our population is growing
Right.
from 200 families. Now we have more than 400 families.
Right.
When I came, there were only 2 Sikh temple known as Gurudwara. Now we have 5. So
Right.
people are coming to the state of Connecticut, and they're doing well.
Right, okay, that's fine. We'll come to Manmohan Singh Ji now. So, Manmohan Singh Ji, you have been in the community for 35 years. It's a long, long time.
Yes.
So, obviously, when you came in at that time, what were the challenges at that time? And now, how good or bad is the situation now?
I came to this country in 1976.
Right.
I lived in New Jersey. At that time, there was no Gurudwara in New Jersey. There was no Gurudwara in Connecticut.
Right.
There was only one Gurudwara, Richmond Hill, in New York.
Mm.
You would have to travel quite a distances to go to Gurudwara Sahib. And people started to feel that people coming from India are either engineers or doctors.
Right, okay, that's the
At
label
the
you
time. And I came as an engineer.
get. Right.
And I was an engineer in New Jersey, and then I studied there too, and I had another degree, master's degree. Then I moved in 1985 in Connecticut.
Right, okay. Uh-huh.
When I came to Connecticut, there was no Gurudwara Sahib.
Right.
And first kirtan we had Sadiwar early morning in our condo where we lived in Stamford, and there we decided we're going to have a regular monthly or weekly congregation.
Oh, so everybody used to get together as somebody's place.
That's how we started.
Right. Okay.
And then we built up the congregation in Sangat in Norwich.
Mm-hmm.
We started the first Gurudwara in Norwich, Guru Tegh Bahadur Foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also interacted with the local communities,
Right.
participated.
Mm.
Then we started Gurudwara Sahib in Southington, which originally started in Sonia, Connecticut,
Right.
moved to Connecticut in Southington, in a own building.
Mm.
That was a very progressive step because we started collaborating with the local interfaith organizations.
Right. Okay.
And Bread for Life,
Mhm.
we are taking care of the hungry and participating in the fundraisings and doing community services. And there the recognition started. People started to realize
Mhm.
that Sikh community is here in this country to participate as a business people, but as a community service people.
Right.
And the
Okay.
recognition started right there when we moved into Southington.
So according to the Sikh principle, which obviously stresses on sharing the love, affection, and money
Yes.
between the whole community, not just within your community but outside the community. So you guys have proven that. So here we go. Basically, there's no limit as to if you're a minority, you can still win hearts if you're doing the right work, the right thing. But Manmohan Singh, ji, if I ask you this, obviously, if you compare that time with this time now, was it really bad at that time? Now, are we in a good state? People know who Sikhs are, or there's still a lot of work to do?
I think we have come a long way.
Right.
I go back to 1976 when we were raising our children.
Right.
My two boys were going to local school. They were the only Sikh boys with their patka.
Mm.
And they were actually taking Sikh artifacts in the class without telling us to show the people what our artifacts are.
Oh my God.
And
Right.
they were so self-confident.
Mm.
That all came from the camps with Sikh organization in the state, in New York State. They were organizing, teaching the children how to communicate your own religion, awareness. Because we know the fundamental principle of Sikhism is that we do not profess conversion.
Of course, yeah.
We believe in awareness,
Definitely.
interfaith,
Yeah.
live and let live, respect all the faiths.
It's like a peaceful coexistence.
Yes,
that
like
we-
Guru Nanak
yeah.
Sahib said, that's the
Mm.
major principle, Jagat Jalanda Rakh Le Apni Kirpadar. That
Mm.
means, oh God, I pray that every person in the society needs your help, needs your blessings.
Absolutely.
And no matter which door they come to you, please take care of the human beings. Because in Sikhism, the fundamental faith is being a good human.
Mm. Right.
Then comes the faith and the
And that's
belief.
what we profess. Thank you very much for that. Swaranjit Singh, I will come to you. Obviously, you have done a lot of interfaith, inter-community campaign within very small time. And obviously you made some success there. So tell us something about your all famous presentations that you do within the police department and the other departments. Tell viewers something about it.
Sure. Basically, I'm ambassador for Department of Justice,
Okay.
and I'm doing presentations for the first responders.
Mm.
So at least they should know how to interact with the Sikhs.
Yeah.
They should know about their houses of worship, and if there's any kind of emergency, they should know how to respond to those things, keeping in mind the Sikh psyche and Sikh's articles of faith.
Right.
So
okay.
this is a very good program started by President Obama, and it's still going further along. And we pretty much have like 3 to 4 presentations every month. And a U.S. Assistant Attorney is Sarla Nagala. She's very helpful with that.
Okay.
And we are getting a lot of exposure on that end, according to the Department of Justice presentations.
So if I ask you a pointing question regarding that, basically when you go to do the presentation and everything, how bad is the situation? Do they know anything, or they're completely blank about it?
I think it make it worth it when we go there, because they don't know anything.
Is that
So,
right?
so we
Okay.
explain them that Sikhism is the 5th largest religion, with more than 700,000 people living in the United States. And it's the 5th largest religion with 30 million descendants. So
Yeah.
when they get to know about these things, then we explain them what are the 5 Ks, what are the 5 articles of faith for Sikhs.
Right.
Like uncut hair, kanga, kada, kirpan, kachera. So these are like 5 Ks, which are the symbolic
Right.
things for Sikhs.
Okay.
And we explain them what the turban is, the right
Right.
name for turban, which is the star. So we educate them about all these things. So when they are searching anybody, they should keep in mind what are the Sikhs' articles of faith.
Right, okay. Okay. So, Manmohan Singh ji, if I ask you,
It's 8 o'clock.
what is a sort of like a situation as in hate crimes, mistaken identity? How frequently do you know about them cases, especially in your state, Connecticut?
Like we say, ignorance is no excuse,
Yes.
but
yeah.
it does prevail.
Mm.
We have seen various examples when 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
Sikhs became victim of mistaken identity all over the world.
Yeah.
But since then,
Mm.
I do remember when first time 9/11 happened, I was at an office in Bristol, Connecticut. And I got a call from the chief of police that said, we know who you are and you don't have to worry about it, we will protect you. We know the Sikhs are good people.
So they called you themselves?
They called me themselves.
Okay.
And the mayor called me.
Okay.
Because I actually, in my span of life, had lived in Bristol area. I was a chairperson and member of the commissioner of the zoning.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the boards, town
Okay.
boards,
Right.
and they knew me and the various articles I used to write from time to time in the newspaper.
Mm.
And people know what Sikhism is because one time I wrote an article exactly in the Hartford Current what Sikhism mean, and I got a lot of response from people,
Mm.
and they got a positive attitude toward us. So during 9/11,
Mm.
wherever people living in the United States did not profess that what Sikhism is about,
Right.
the Guru Nanak's message is that Sikhs get up in the morning, meditate on God,
Mm.
go to work, make honest living. Number 3, come home, take care of the family. Number 4, when spare money or spare your food and share with the needy. So these are the pillars of Sikhism. When people know that, wow, these are the basic principles of Sikhism,
Right.
no caste, no color, and believe in God, believe in humanity, do good to the society, be a productive person and mainstream person, doctor, engineer, businessman, and people finally started realizing that this identity of Sikhs means something.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that also was very strong message to people.
Okay.
And the opinion changed so dramatically that now we see the effect of it, that our children, they feel comfortable
So
living
it's good work basically results in good behavior, really.
by the whole community.
Okay. Swaranjit Singh ji, obviously, because you sit on the city planning commission, I guess.
Yes.
So obviously, as basically Manmohan Singh ji's told us that he served in various boards as well. So currently, you are one of the persons sitting. So what are your priorities in terms of doing the work within and outside the community?
Yeah, basically we have done a lot of work with the interfaith communities to
Okay.
promote peace.
Yeah.
And recently they have also given me a award for the community director of leadership, and I received that award from FBI,
Oh, that's brilliant.
which is a federal bureau of investigation,
Yeah.
because they have seen me active in the town. They have come to our functions,
Mm.
so that's why they have recognized me with that as well. But within the city of Norwich,
Yeah.
while serving in the planning board, that gives a lot of exposure that anybody who works hard, no matter how he looks,
Mm.
he can do work for community. He can serve anywhere. He can serve as a mayor. He can serve as a city council member.
Mm.
If there's a hard-working people, they get recognized no matter how they look. They just have to recognize their community needs and
Yeah.
work on those needs. And
Brilliant.
this give a very big message at the city level as well,
Mm.
that we are accepting, we embrace our diversity. So by me appointing as a commission of city planning member, that give a bigger message to the overall minorities and the other communities as well.
It's kind of like a good gesture, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's
Thank
fine. Thank you for that. I mean, there's another reason for me coming to the United States this time is the National Sikh Day Parade, which is going to happen in Washington, D.C. So obviously we are on the 7th day, so it's going to happen on the
April 8th.
April the 8th. So Washington DC, there's a big massive National Sikh Day parade. But before I head on that, I want to ask you, because you guys have basically, I think a city of Norwich has accepted your National Sikh Day proclamation.
Yes.
So just tell us something about it. if
Yeah,
you don't read this.
basically, on April 3rd, we got recognized from the city of Norwich, stating the April 14th, which is the Vaisakhi day,
Right.
and with
Okay.
the day which is very near and dear to the Sikh community, because on that day Sikh identity came to the existence
Right. Okay.
in 1699.
It's like the official birth
Official birth of
Yeah.
the religion, you can say.
of the... Right.
So that day has been recognized as a National Sikh Day by city of Norwich, and our goal is to work with the state senator Kathy Austin to
Yeah.
make it at the state level as well.
Right.
But it's a very good start, and a lot of community people came to get the proclamation. Everybody got together, so there was a very positive vibe that got created. And now, after state, our goal is to declare April 14th, which is according to the Sikh calendar, Mool Nanak calendar,
Right.
as a National Sikh Day at the international level and at the states level. So we get recognized at the United States level.
Yeah.
And in order to get that proclamation, we proceeded with the step that we passed the resolution in Senate. Resolution 189 got passed in Senate 2 years ago. This
Right,
year, we are trying to pass that resolution in House of Representatives. So
Okay.
that resolution 189 has already been processed and introduced by the congressman, and now we are waiting for it to pass, which it will be, because it's a nice message overall, and is wishing whole community as a happy Vaisakhi. So after this, our next step will be to declare 14th April as a National Sikh Day at all various different levels in various cities, states,
state and
and at
national
the
level.
states level as well.
That's brilliant. I mean, Manmohan Singh, what do you have to say about it? Obviously, because I'm from United Kingdom, and obviously the news that we hear is generally comes from, a set perspective, and then obviously there's a whole big narrative created by the whistleblowers that basically the condition for minorities in the United States is pretty bad. However, by listening to you two guys, it looks like everything is good. Everything is hale and hearty here.
I would say now in the current times, it's excellent.
Is it your guys' personal work which has initiated that, or the
It's
government
both
has
ways.
always been like this?
By the people, the communities,
Hmm.
and also the help of the government.
Right.
They are also advocating the unity of various cultures,
Okay.
awareness, protecting by making different laws to protect hate crimes. That's another good thing.
Yeah.
I also want to communicate that this particular April 14th, which is the biggest religious day for Sikh faith, creation of Khalsa,
Yeah.
is a day of purity. Khalsa
Yeah.
was created to make a human being a pure person. That means to walk and live the life of truth.
Yeah.
And this is a great message. And now they are talking into recently they passed a resolution in the Congress in Capitol Hill.
Right.
You
Yeah.
must have seen on the TV.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
They are propagating that what Sikh message is. Sikh message, unity of oneness, one God, creating all human beings are created equal, no caste, no color, no creed, and we live with live and let live policy,
Yeah.
interfaith, and respect all religions. And Sikh Holy Scripture, which is Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, contains 1430 pages, which is the center of our Gurudwara, which is our place of worship called Gurudwara. And it conveys, no matter which page you open up, it conveys the message that we should love human being and love for God. And that's what Sikhism is all about. And our dress indicates anybody who wears this dress, this identity, and carries this message and practices. Sikhism is not a religion, it's a way of life. If you
Right.
don't live that faith, that you are disciple of God, you treat human beings equal, and male, female, no, all genders treated equal. And also Guru Nanak came up with the message 300 years ago, 400 years ago in the 15th century, that intoxication is not good, tobacco is not good, women should be treated equally. And these are the modern era things which all governments are trying to address. And Guru Nanak, so the founder of Sikhism, he propagated this in our holy scripture.
That's like 400 years ago.
400 years ago.
Absolutely amazing. Very good interpretation of the Sikh religion by Manmohan Singh. So obviously we've heard the way they worked in the community and the kind of response they're getting from the government, from the local people. It's absolutely amazing the way the Sikh community is getting recognized in being such a micro minority in a big country like United States. It's absolutely immense. And obviously all the credit goes to people like them who are working really hard to put the right word for their community. Swaranjit Singh, obviously, because we're moving towards the end of the show now, so I want to ask you, what is basically this National Sikh Parade organized by the East Coast Coordination Committee? So just tell us something about it.
So basically we started this parade last year.
Okay.
And today is our second year with this parade.
Is the last time happened in Capitol as well?
Yes.
Okay.
So we try to do in Washington DC because that's the heart of our country. It's the capital of our country.
Political capital of the world, I would say.
Yeah,
really.
And all the major political decisions are made over there.
Yeah.
So this gives chance to our youngsters to get politically motivated, so they can also be on the bigger positions and try to serve their country in the best possible way. Other reason why we want to do it in Washington DC, because it gives a lot of exposure. There's a lot of media there, a lot of press there, so it gives a big exposure while we are in the heart of the country where everybody listens to us. And on the same day we have a Cherry Blossom Day parade, and ironically it's on the same day, and usually for the Cherry Blossom Day parade we get more than 200,000 visitors. So this year we're gonna get even bigger exposure as a community, that we are doing it for our Sikh identity. We are doing it because there are a lot of hate crimes going on. Plus, we are trying to lobbying the congressmen. They are coming there, and we are trying to create a whole vibe to make it as a foundation stone if we want to declare April 14th as a National Sikh Day. So this gives us a chance to talk to each other, tell them about our views. People get to know who Sikhs are. They get the flyer. We have a lot of different people doing different advertisements and trying to give a message of Guru Nanak, love and compassion for all.
Okay, that's brilliant. Sounds great. I mean, obviously, because as I said, we're nearly there now with the show. So the major problem that Sikhs have around the globe is getting the genocide, the 1984 violence, recognized as a planned genocide for Sikhs. And I've heard you guys have already done some good work on that. So just tell us something about it.
In 2014, we commemorated 30th anniversary of Sikh genocide outside the city hall of city of Norwich. And our city declared month of November as a Sikh awareness month, which gives us a lot of exposure. Now this year we got recognized by the city of Southampton, where we also have one of our Sikh temple, and that city declared the violence that happened in 1984 was not just the violence, it was the genocide. So they declared 1984 violence as a Sikh genocide by the Indian government. That itself is a very bold statement that city of Southampton made.
Absolutely.
And it gives us a exposure and chance to tell people what really happened in 1984 and how it was portrayed. And what is the difference in between.
Yeah, because I remember people always saying that it was a riot between the communities. But however, the recent investigation that's been done is like, I think 99.9% of the people being killed was just Sikhs, and it was like a planned mob going there. So basically, when you go, how do you convince people that it was a genocide?
Yeah, we have all the reports. We have interviews of the victims.
Okay.
Plus, we also have victim families living in Connecticut.
Okay.
I think every Sikh is a victim somehow.
Mm.
Because there are a lot of Sikh population in Delhi whose houses got burned, whose businesses got burned, and there was Sikh population who lost their loved ones during that period. So we have those families there. We go talk to the council, we talk to the mayor, talk to the city manager. We have reports from United Nations. We have all other proclamations from different cities who have already declared November as a, or you can say Sikh Genocide Month, or they have declared that violence as a Sikh genocide. So now we have a lot of documentation to show. We have documentation from INSAF, which is one of the human rights group who had worked on advocacy. Then we have, there's 150,000 youngsters who got vanished during that phase. So we as a community, we have a lot of documentation, and youngsters are coming forward, and we are finding more and more stuff, which is really helpful, and they get convinced and they share their gratitude with us with these kind of proclamations and recognitions.
Yeah, well, it sounds convincing, because obviously genocide is a phenomena that basically it's not really attached to a particular religion or a community. It's related to humanity. It's a humanitarian cause. Wherever the genocide is happening or has happened, the people should get the justice, and the culprits should be put behind the bars. Manmohan Singh ji, I know you wanted to say something on it. However, I do want to ask another question, which is very close to this. Have we ever decided to put United States into a position like to do the right political lobbying with them so that they put this forward to the United Nations?
I think the sum total effect of this will get to the destination.
Right.
Because towns, cities in California, various places, they are realizing from as a first-hand information, as a grassroots information from the Sikhs living all over United States, that 1984 is a Sikh genocide.
Yeah.
And now it will hit the destination, and the time is not that far away where they will realize it, that it is a Sikh genocide.
So it's going to eventually get to that position.
And I would like to add that state of Ontario in Canada also recently declared that violence at the state level, that it was a genocide.
I think it's the member of parliament, Jagmeet Singh,
played a very active role getting that resolution passed.
Right, okay.
I would go one point further. I think inside in India, people who are currently in power, in their heart they realize that it was a Sikh genocide.
Yes, some of them have declared as well. I know the leader of opposition at that time, but now in the ruling party in India, has actually self-declared it that it was a genocide. However, there was no justice delivered as such.
Because their inner soul is making them to tell the truth.
Right.
And one day truth has to come out. And the world is going to realize it, like the Jewish Holocaust.
Yeah, well, if I ask you, you mentioned the right subject now, Jewish Holocaust. Obviously, the cases have been taken to the international courts. And even if we remember, like, maybe 10, 15 years ago, all those people, they were in old age and stuff like that. So they got accused for it, and their fault and their hate crime was proven, and they got guilty and they were put behind the bars. However, in India, some of them are ministers.
Sometimes things take longer than we think. Justice ultimately prevails.
Do you have faith in Indian constitution, Indian judiciary, that this will eventually happen, or do you think the international court can do justice to it?
Let me answer this in one way.
Yeah.
I think I have faith in God.
Right.
This will be done right.
100%, absolutely.
And people, because this is a genuine genocide happened.
Right. Yeah.
And then I think God will help to bring this in the limelight.
100%. We wish that justice is finally done. We're in our last few minutes of the show now. So, Swaranjit Singh, do you want to say anything?
I would like to share one message that this is a very time for celebration for Sikh community. So everybody should try to go to the local Gurudwara, which is a Sikh place of worship, and they can enjoy our service. Plus, there's a Punjabi food, vegetarian meal cooked by the community people. You can enjoy that as well. Everybody's welcome. Only thing is you have to be sober and you shouldn't carry any tobacco products. But everybody's very welcoming. Please try to make it to your local Sikh temple. If you don't have one, ask us. Our email and number will be coming underneath. And I'm pretty accessible in city of Norwich. We own business. We own the Shell station also in Norwich. Plus this year also we are doing Vaisakhi campaign. So there are billboards all over the city of Norwich and the Connecticut which says Happy Vaisakhi, and there's information given underneath that as well. So wherever you see that billboard, stop your car, maybe take a picture and see where the local Sikh temple is so you can enjoy service and you can participate with the Sikh community celebrating this very big event known as Happy Vaisakhi. And it is our religious festival, just like the Christmas Day for anybody. For Sikhs, is similar like a Christmas Day. It's a Vaisakhi Day, it's a birth of Khalsa Day. On that day, Sikh religion came to existence with a different identity that everybody can notice. Even if one Sikh is standing in 100,000 people, you can still notice he's a Sikh. And that's what we want. If you need any help, Sikhs are always here to serve the community. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any last words from you?
I'd like to use this opportunity to tell the audience we are Sikh, S-I-K-H.
Yeah.
Sikh means a disciple of God. Google Sikhism, S-I-K-H-I-S-M, and try to discover what Sikhism means, because we need to know each other's religion and faith so we can live together. And also there are websites. One of the websites which National Sikh Campaign has created, which is very useful, wearesikhs.org. WEARESIKHS at the end, .org. And there are other websites. Also Google the word Khalsa, Khalsa, which is the ultimate goal of a Sikhism or Sikh to achieve, to become a Khalsa, a pure soul, so that you can merge with God and have the same qualities, same properties as God, fearless, no enmity with anybody, helping people, because God gives, God blesses her. And Sikhism also, a Sikh, wherever he is, wherever there's a disaster, he has to jump and help, irrespective of any other faith.
So that's the soul of the religion.
That's the soul of the religion, the core of the religion. And at the same time, also Google Sikh Holy Scripture. I want to people use our Holy Scriptures as its holy book. Our scripture, Holy Scripture is not a holy book, it's a holy scripture. I want to go on record correcting people, because our Guru Granth Sahib Ji also treated as a living Guru.
Right.
And it is not a holy book. Never in any segment of TV or explanation a Sikh holy book word should be used. It should be used Sikh Holy Scripture.
Thank you very much for your kind words, and hopefully the community will definitely listen to the hard work that these two have put in for their community, for their religion, and to put a good word for their religion. And obviously we come down to the end of the show now, and I would like to thank all the viewers to stay intact while they were listening to these two people and listening to me. And obviously it has been really warm out here. We've got a very warm welcome from all the fellow Americans since I've been here. So the next day I'm going to be at the parade, so we'll shortly have some bites from there as well. So thanks a lot for watching, and keep tuned to the channel. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki
Fateh.
Fateh.